Hey guys, it's Crystal.
And I'm Amy.
And we're two West End girls. Today we have our best friend, Bridget.
Our special guest.
Hello. Special guest today. And Bridget's going to teach us how to
make a t-shirt quilt.
Yeah.
Out of all your old t-shirts.
Yes.
Great memories, things you want to preserve. She's going to show us the foundation for putting those things together and making a cool, unique keepsake quilt.
And we're fixing to show you how it's done.
Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Hey guys, we're back. Bridget's going to show us how to cut these out, but I was just told that
I would iron these if it was me, but I iron everything, so it's all good. It's all good. You don't have to iron your t-shirts.
Hey guys, we're back over here at the cutting mat. Bridget's going to show us how to cut one from the that's one-sided and one that's two-sided. So Bridget, go ahead and take it away.
And as I told Crystal before, I would iron this t-shirt, but that's just because I iron everything.
Yes.
I iron it all, but you don't have to.
Okay, so we're cutting out a square for the quilt squares, correct?
Yes. We've got a 12-inch square template that we're going to use.
Okay.
And the design fits nicely inside the square. So we will just start with that. Make sure that it has as few wrinkles as possible in
If
it.
you choose to pre-iron, that is recommended.
Pre-iron because
You don't have to.
I don't iron.
If you choose to pre-iron.
Okay, and just my rotary cutter here.
Okay.
And I'm going to just follow the template around and just try to look and see that that's kind of centered.
Okay, on your design.
The design is centered on the 12-inch square.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, is that simple, Bridget?
Yeah.
I thought it had like some scissors involved.
The two-sided do. You can have to use scissors on the shirts that have two sides.
Okay.
That's pretty awesome.
I only do things that's easy.
Do you save the squares from the back of this too to use as a square for the quilt?
Like you can.
This piece here?
If you didn't have enough t-shirts that had designs.
Can you hold that? Right, hold it up for me. Cool.
Right here
so
is
this becomes
a
quilt block, square. Fantastic.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
And one thing that you can do with if you've got an odd number, if you don't have enough t-shirts with designs, you can use just the plain back. You can even embroider on one of the plain squares who made it and a little message of who it's to.
Fantastic. Great,
so
great
I
idea.
just fold these up
and save them.
Hey,
and save them
great
right over here because you might need them.
Great dust rags too.
Yep. And this right here is the remnants of your shirt.
Oh.
Throw that in the floor. This shirt has a front and then the back.
Okay, so it's a two-sided shirt she's working with.
Two-sided shirt.
Okay.
The first thing that I do is I split the shirt in half.
Okay.
I'm just going to take my scissors, and I jumped ahead and already started cutting on it.
Okay, but you're going to cut this basically on the sides.
Just cut it up the side seams in half. Because when your template lines up on your front design, it may not match on the back.
Bridget, I'm so glad you joined us today to show us how to do this.
Yes, thank you. So, teaching us new things.
Okay.
We always have a big time, that's for sure.
Okay.
Always. Since we were kids.
Very good.
Okay. Also, Bridget's going to point out to us too that this design, she's going to work with this design. It's a little larger than her template, but explain what we can do if we want to modify it just slightly or leave it as is and go ahead and cut it down.
Okay. This design is larger than the 12 by 12 template.
So
it's actually just sort of right on the edge of being fitting inside the 12 by 12, but you're going to end up losing just part of the end letters.
Okay.
But you're still going to get the gist of what the t-shirt is.
Okay, what about the seam allowance once we do start to sew this up as a quilt?
Well, you know me, I just use the width of my pressure foot.
So, anywhere from 3 to 5/8 inch most likely.
Yeah, I'm not real technical on all that.
That's all right.
Just the
it's up to the individual though.
Foot, because just as long as you catch both layers of fabric when you're sewing these blocks together, that's all that matters, because it's not going to ravel.
Okay.
It's interlocking.
It's a jersey lock, yeah. So
it's all good. I just with this more or less, I'm wanting to make sure that I've got it centered top to bottom.
Okay.
Here.
All
And
right.
that way I've got enough, about the same amount of gray showing at the top of the design as I do at the bottom.
Okay. All right, cool.
And then just hold your template in place.
Correct me real quick here, Bridget. This is actually the 12 by 12 where the yellow line is, right?
No.
Actually, at the edge of the
Actually, it's all the way
edge
to
of
the edge.
all the way to the
Okay,
edge of the
see,
template.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to clarify that because
Yeah.
I wasn't for sure.
Yeah, sometimes I have to review that myself as well too because I've got a smaller. I have a 6 by 6 I use like that. But cutting squares are fantastic. A great
Man,
pre-prep
who knew that it was
grid.
that simple? I always thought that
Oh, I've been
with this cutting thing.
Rotary
That's
cutters
awesome.
are fantastic.
I've been using this since I was about a rotary cutter since I was about 12. I used to cut out all of my granny's quilt squares for her because her hands didn't allow her to cut out her quilt squares, so I would cut out all her quilt squares.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Good
Okay, so
story.
she's got the one with a larger.
Here it is.
But you
graphic
can
on
still you can still tell what the t-shirt's about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea of that. And then she's going to cut out the one in the front too, since it's a two-sided shirt.
And with the t-shirt quilt I made, some of the front of the shirts I chose not to use just because they were high school shirts and they were repetitive. Like the same gray t-shirt may have had the same high school name on the front, but the design on the back was different.
Okay.
So I can kind of pick and choose if you want to use this design or if you don't.
Okay. All right. You could also blend that with other squares too. 6 by 6
Maybe-
is good.
maybe
You
later on.
could
Do a grid.
cut this into 6 by 6 or cut a longer one and do a 6 by 12 and do
A 6 by 12
So-
panel on the other side too.
however you want to.
Yeah.
Just a 12 by 12, it fits pretty well. You can fill this 12 by 12 space with however many smaller ones you want. You could actually, let's see, you could actually get this right here in almost a 4 by 4. You could do, yeah, pretty much a 4 by 4 square if you wanted to on that.
Cool.
And take just the little front designs on that. But, Crystal, it's your quilt.
Well,
Cut it by 12 by 12.
let's
and
just
if
do
you
12
wanted-
by 12, and then maybe later on, if we were to do another one, we could put this in another quilt.
So
Use
save it
this one
for-
on this one, save it for a
Yeah,
different one.
so
Maybe
share that
later
with
on.
someone
And you
else.
can always, if you have an overabundance of quilts, you can also always come back and go, let's cut these fronts down to smaller one to consolidate the blocks.
We'll have it for a different project maybe later on.
Yeah.
That's great.
So for a backing for these quilts, Bridget, what do you recommend?
You can do whatever you want. I used, on Samantha's that I made just recently, I used cotton flannel. I
Okay.
had cotton, I had the yardage of cotton flannel. Why not utilize what you have?
Okay. And what about with it stretching more on the front with the t-shirts versus the flannel?
Once you do the seams and join them all together, the shirt, it really doesn't have that much give.
Okay.
And I've also seen fleece used. Just fleece.
Yeah, nice polar fleece, like a nice winter
Very nice.
winter quilt. Wow. Hadn't thought about that.
That would
That'd
make
be a
a
super
really
soft
nice
blanket.
and more lightweight than the cotton flannel. The cotton flannel's a little heavy, but the fleece is pretty light and it's not expensive to purchase if you have to go purchase it.
Cool.
Good info.
Very good.
Another thing you can do, but you would have to have something to stabilize it, and the quilt would be really, really heavy, is do your front of your shirts and the back of your shirts. Do the front of the t-shirts all as the front of the quilt, and the backs as the back
Backing.
of the quilt.
Okay. Wow. And it coordinates too. That'd be fantastic.
But then you run into, I know this right here this shirt right here is probably one of her favorite shirts. It didn't have a back. So you would just have a plain panel.
Square.
Yes. Okay.
Which would be okay if you
Yeah.
wanted it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However you want to do it.
Sure.
All right.
Awesome.
Make it your own.
All right. So this is the beginning steps of making a t-shirt quilt. We'll come back to you with more information.
After with Bridget, and she's showing us an example of a quilt that she's made for her daughter Samantha, and she's got a lot of the most fantastic looking character in this quilt. The pieces that she's sewn together, it's a 6 by 7 foot probably,
Yep.
about 42 squares that she's got, and these are just t-shirts of all different kinds of things.
Bridget, hold that
Samantha
other
has
side over
done,
there up.
Just painted in.
This is what the finished product will look
Yeah,
like
it's really cool.
after the squares have been cut.
It's got concert T-shirts. She worked at
FCA and with Doc where she worked at.
Where she was a cheerleader.
All their sports participation things.
all the.
Great
all
memories. And Bridget's gone back in too and done some top stitching too.
Yeah.
Add some character to some of these as well too. Helps hold it in place too.
And Samantha is a cancer survivor as well, so those shirts are on there as well.
Team Samantha.
Yeah.
So cool.
And I did incorporate one of my shirts. This is the jersey that I wore to all of her football games while she was cheerleading. I
Yay!
didn't figure I would ever be a cheer mom again, so I went ahead and put my jersey in there.
That's awesome.
That is great.
A little bit of history for her as well
Yes. That is
from her mom.
fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you, Bridget, for sharing.
You're welcome.
Join us again for Two Weston Girls.